Let's talk about MVP. I have a hot take for who I would give MVP to. Is it Steph? Is it Bron? Is it Embiid? How could you be so bold and say LeBron James? How could you say Giannis Antetokounmpo? To me, what about Jokic? Jokic, one of the best passers in the league, highest player efficiency rating of any player in the NBA ever in history. Kevin Durant putting his team on his back like an Iron Man, playing all the minutes, playing 50-plus minutes a night if Steve Nash allows for it. Like, if there's 50 minutes, he's playing 50 minutes. Steve Nash, intent to drive Kevin Durant into the ground. To me, all that's fun and cute. But I need to say, Demar Derozan is my MVP. He is the center of the Bulls turnaround. People, and like narratives matter.
Yes.
Narratives in the MVP race matter. What is the MVP all predicated on? We talked about this last year at this time. It's one, where you stand in the standings. You can't be OKC and Russell Westbrook was an anomaly to the formula. Normally, you either have to be somewhere between 1 and 3 in your conference, but more likely it's 1 to 3 in the entire NBA. That's the way it is. And you have to be the centerpiece of that, and you have to be consistently making noise, doing things, breaking records, getting yourself into the headlines. That's it. Like, you have to do those things. DeMar is doing all of that. You're talking about a team didn't even make the playoffs last year. Talk about narratives. DeMar Derozan was seen as the worst free agent signing in the entire summer. People even said, not me, but people even said it could be one of the worst free agent signings in history. DeMar Derozan, seen as a guy that the NBA passed by, that the league doesn't allow for his style of play anymore. He barely shoots threes. He only likes to play in the mid-range. Does he play defense? How is he going to function with Zach LaVine? Zach LaVine needs the ball. You got DeMar Derozan leading the NBA in clutch points in the fourth quarter. That's fucking insane. He's the only player in NBA history who's hit game-winning threes in back-to-back days. One of them was off 1 foot. Like his name was Dirk Nowitzki. Just tossed it up recklessly. He said, oh, yeah, I was going to pass that to Vooch. And then I looked at the time and I was like, don't think we have time for that. And I think we've grown somewhat numb to LeBron's brilliance and Embiid's dominance. And it's easy to forget about, the down around the play in cut line. Like, here's the thing. Like, they're number 1 in the East. Where are the Lakers? Not there. Where are the Sixers? Not there. Where are the Nuggets? Not there. So it's what? Steph? And it's DeMar. And it's probably, that's really it. And KD. It's Steph and KD. And then third, people will say, I don't even think DeMar is in the mix right now, which is a travesty. KD, they've already won it. Steph and KD, the media wants to give it to Steph, and that's why he's probably going to win it. And thank God he's in the middle of a shooting slump, because maybe, just maybe, and I think I saw this today in the emails from NBA.com, that Giannis is currently leading. The world wants the guys like Giannis, KD, and Steph, but it's Steph, Giannis, KD. They'll give it to KD, worst case. But they need to give it to DeMar. Steph Curry's at plus 125. Here's some other guys, of course, that are in consideration. Jokic said that Steph is the most impressive player in the NBA, so if an MVP says it, it must be true. He said, look at this, what this guy is doing. My God, his shots just keep falling. Not recently, they haven't. I think he missed 14 in a row. I said it to myself, too. I said, if Steph goes, I'm praying for a Steph shooting slump in a duration of a matter of weeks, if not months, because I want to buy low on Steph Curry for MVP. Because it was like minus 200 25 games into the season. And then Steph had to break the record for most threes of all time. And then he hasn't been the same since then, really. Narrative-based, I think the reason that he'll win it is because he broke the all-time three-point record this season. He's gone nuclear in a bunch of different games, pulling them from huge deficits to winning outright by, 10 plus. He took him to a 9-1 start. As I said, would never happen. Best team in the Western Conference after being in the lottery 2 straight years. Plus defender now. Like, he's actually a good defender now. His best year points-wise in his career. That's crazy. When he was a unanimous MVP, he's doing better from a points perspective now than he was then. Best statistical year rebounding. Second best statistical year for free throw percentage. And the world wants Steph to win it because he's cute and he's nice and he's all about God and shit. And I love Steph. I do. And I want him to win if Demar doesn't win. But Jesus Christ. Like, can we get another fresh blood in? Like, Golden State's a dynasty. I just said Draymond Green's one of the most transcendent, transformational players in NBA history. None of the players on Chicago are any of those things. I like Zach LaVine. He's a bucket, but, like, he's not transforming a goddamn thing. Vucevic is like a nice little 7-footer that can shoot some threes, and, you have to hide him on defense. Like, he's nice. Alex Caruso, the GOAT, but he's been out. Demar Derozan's doing this on his back. He's got nice teammates, but no one to the tune of Draymond Green and eventually Klay Thompson. When Klay Thompson comes back in the lineup, I hope he goes nuclear. I know I said I want to vote for Steph Curry, but I'm now on the DeMar train. Like, I'm on the DeMar train. I hope Klay Thompson becomes the dominant force. He's putting up 50, and Steph Curry MVP go away. Kevin Durant averaging, let's get to him, plus 240 on the Vegas has him at, averaging the most points since 2013, 29.2. I mean, he's out there all the goddamn time. Like, he's just never not on the court. His 3-point percentage is down slightly. His minutes is up, of course, 4 minutes from last year, which is tremendous because Steve Nash used him a lot last year. He's playing really great defense. His defensive rating is down 4.3 points from last year. So he's playing some good defense. He's having to carry this team. So I don't hate the idea of him winning it. But you're on a super team, dog. Like, you can't. You're on a super team, dog. Kyrie, you, Harden, LaMarcus Aldridge is a former All-Star. Blake, he's washed, but he's a former All-Star. Patty Mills, killer in the Olympics. Like, you have a super team. You do. I can't give you this. I just can't give it to you. He's made crucial shots in crunch time to give him the wins that he shouldn't be winning, but I don't care. Like, you just can't give it to him. And if you're going to give it to someone outside of the realm of that standing formula, then you have to give at least LeBron a kind of a look, right? He's plus 3,600 values there. 29, 7, and 7 this year, the most points per game for him since 2009. Let me say it again. LeBron James is averaging more points per game than he has in over a decade. Since 2009, that's 13 years ago. When 13 years ago was happening, LeBron James was, Chuck's math goes to math school, 24 years old. That's fucking insane! And he's playing the 5. This man is playing center. He's still got the energy, getting bodied down low against other centers at defense, and still has the energy to put up almost 30 points per game consistently. He put up 42 points on my Blazers' head in 29 minutes of action. The guy is unreal. He's increased his playing time to 37 a night. Just doing whatever it takes to keep the Lakers from drowning. Just completely drowning. His field goal percentage, his 3-point percentage, his free throw percentage, all improved from last year. And from a narrative based, he looked at the camera the other night and he said, "I'm a motherfucking problem, bitch." Wow. LeBron is a fucking problem. in the last 9 games. So is his roster, yeah. LeBron James, last 9 games, he is averaging, this is fucking ridiculous, averaging 34.3 points per game, just shy of 10 rebounds per game, just shy of 6 assists per game, 1.7 steals per game, 1.4 blocks per game, and 55% from the field. Give that man a medal. Jesus Christ. Nikola Jokic, I've said it. He's good. Number 1 in the NBA and player impact estimate, 23.7. As you can tell, I don't care. Like, I just don't. I love him, but he's 5th in usage, 4th in assist percentage. He's improved defensively. The Nuggets have a 97.4 defensive rating with him on the floor, and they are really gross when he's on the bench, 109. Defensive rating has increased from, this is actually a crazy stat. His defensive rating has increased from 109 to 102 this year. I don't know. Like, I don't know how many people can impact their games and change that part of their game like that, but that's impressive because he's a doughboy who has been interested not at all in defense until now. I mean, he has to do everything now. This team is garbage. They have no one. Michael Porter Jr., gone. Jamal Murray, gone. PJ Dozier, gone. Who else? Is that not enough? Like, they're done. They're done. 26, 11, and 8 last year as an MVP. This year, it's better. 26, 14, and 7. He increased his rebounds by 25%. Basically, just right around what Giannis is doing. Only better bag, I guess. Just a slight decrease in assists, but guys have to knock down shots, and he has a bunch of plumbers next to him. So what are you going to do? I love Nikola Jokic, but Jesus Christ, you can't give him MVP because people don't even think it's real now that he won it. They don't even put him on national television. He's MVP. Can't give it to him. Giannis, virtually identical stats to last year. Slightly up in rebounds, free throw percentage. Like, Giannis is great, but no. Plus 900. Joel Embiid is at plus 3,600. He's missed an entire month. You can't give it to him. He's a great player. He's doing monster things since he's been back. 27, 11, and 4. Down 2 points per game, but up in rebounds, up in assists, up in steals, up in blocks. And he's shooting, this guy is 7 feet tall. He's shooting 40% from 3. I mean, that's elite. That's better than guards in the league right now. So, yeah, I like him. And Ja Morant is getting a little MVP love. I love Ja Morant. What he's doing is putting this team on his back. He shouldn't win it. Right. He's not going to win it. Before his injury, Ja, let's just give some things. Ja was co-leading the league in points in the paint. As you know, we've talked about this before, scoring 16 points per game. He was tied with Anthony Davis in points in the paint, who is 6'10" tall. All of this is meaningless. He's never going to win it. But he does have the highlights where you say to yourself in that moment, Ja for MVP. You say that's the moment, and then it dies like 2 seconds later. You're like, no, there's literally 10 other guys that could win it above him. That's sad because I love Ja. People are going to be in the comments like, oh, you're shading Ja, blah, blah, blah. You said he was MVP on your Twitter. Yeah, I said that literally when he put his nuts in some random 7-footer's face, one-legged, like off the bounce. Yeah, like at that moment, you're like, this guy is my favorite player in NBA history.